Hi, my name's Michael, and this is Maker's Workshop. Today, I'm going to make a fold-out welding table on our back stoop. Currently, the welder is crammed in the corner of the wood shop, and we don't have proper ventilation. There's a lot of combustible sawdust in there, and so we end up needing to carry everything outside every time we want to weld. This build will make it so that we can set up safely in minutes for welding. Let's get started. This is our old cheap welding table from Harbor Freight, and the first step is going to be to just pop the top off because that's the only part that we're going to be reusing. Alright, so now we're just going to take these holes and we're going to drill an extra hole so that we can slip this in from the back. And this is going to become a really simple makeshift hinge on our railing outside. I have the center point, but to get the exact placement, I'm going to use just the back end of my combination square without the roller. We're going to need a cross piece that goes from the table to the ground, and then we're going to need a piece that goes back to the railing, and then for good measure, if needed, we will add a support like that. Alright, now that is our only welding table, and it's kind of unusable right now, so we need to figure out a way to get welding. Both of them are welded together and they are cut to size. I'm not going to bother cleaning up the welds because it's just a functional piece, so I don't really care about it, but you could go to the trouble of grinding it down. You could go to the trouble of spray painting them, which I might do later, but for the purposes of the build and just getting it functional, I'm not going to worry about it. All right, so the mechanism's going to work, but since we're using square tubing, I just need to grind down the corners and give that a rounded edge so that it'll rotate. It's a little rough around the edges since I didn't grind down any of the weld seams or paint it, which I might go back later and do, but I was going for speed and function, and I think that it hits both of those things. Our shop isn't primarily a welding shop, so for us, it is not important to have a big area set up for welding. And the easy setup and the fact that it is completely out of the way when we're not using it will be perfect for our needs. And one of the things that is really great about this project is since it just uses a Harbor Freight welding tabletop, it is super cheap if I need to replace it. I figure we'll probably need to clean it at least once a year. If you like this video, go ahead and click subscribe, and we will see you next time.